Welcome back, everyone, to English Unloose. I'm Miguel, and I'm super excited to be here with you today.
And I'm Maria, feeling equally excited. Miguel, what's got you so buzzed up this morning?
You know, Maria, it's actually the topic we're diving into today. It's something so fundamental, but often tricky for English learners, expressing emotions clearly. And I just love helping people communicate better.
That's so true. It's one thing to know basic vocabulary, but conveying how you truly feel, that's a whole other level. And it's so important for building connections, right?
Absolutely. I remember once, early in my English learning journey, I tried to say I was annoyed, but I accidentally said angry to a friend about something small. They thought I was furious. It was a total misunderstanding, all because I didn't have the right word for the nuance.
Oh, I can totally relate. I once tried to explain I was a little nervous about a presentation, but I used a word that made it sound like I was terrified and about to collapse. My colleague immediately offered to do it for me. It was kind, but also, not what I meant at all.
See, these stories show why it's so crucial to get this right. For our A2B1 listeners, today we're going to explore simple yet effective ways to talk about your feelings in English, so you can avoid those little miscommunications and genuinely express yourself.
Exactly. We'll start with the basics, then move to adding a bit more color and intensity to your emotional vocabulary. So Miguel, where should we begin?
Let's start with the absolute fundamentals. When we talk about feelings, the most common way is to use I feel or I am. For example, if you're happy, you say I feel happy or I am happy. Simple, right?
Right. And it's important to remember that I feel is usually followed by an adjective, so I feel happies, not I feel happiness. Though I feel happiness isn't wrong, it's just less common and sounds a bit more poetic, I think.
Good point, Maria. So let's list some very common emotions our listeners probably already know or should know, like happy, sad, angry,
and scared. Surprised, excited. These are kind of the core ones, the building blocks. You can say, I am scared of spiders, or she was surprised by the sudden noise, or they are excited about their holiday.
Perfect. And it's not just big emotions. We also have everyday feelings like tired or bored. I'm tired after a long day at work. This movie is a bit boring, isn't it?
Yes, those are essential for daily conversation. Now, once you're comfortable with those basic adjectives, how can we add more nuance? Because happy can mean a lot of things, right?
Exactly. This is where we start to paint with more colors. Instead of just happy, you could be pleased if something good but not amazing happened. Or content if you feel calm and satisfied. If you're really, really happy, you might be joyful or even ecstatic.
Oh, ecstatic is a great word for those moments when you've just won the lottery or something incredible. And what about sad? We've got down, upset.
Yes, down is very common for feeling a little sad, not terribly so. I'm feeling a bit down today. If it's more serious, you might be heartbroken or gloomy. Gloomy often describes a mood that lasts a while, or even the weather.
And for angry, we have a whole spectrum, from annoyed or frustrated, which are milder, all the way to furious or enraged for very strong anger. Irritated is another good one for something that just bothers you a little.
Yeah, irritated is perfect for when someone keeps tapping their foot, you know? It's not worth getting furious over, but it's definitely annoying. And for scared, you could be nervous about a test, or anxious about the future. If it's very strong, you could be terrified or petrified.
And let's not forget how to express the degree of these feelings. We use adverbs for that, like very, really quite, a little bit, or extremely.
Great point. So, I'm a little bit tired versus I'm extremely exhausted. Or she's quite pleased with the results compared to she's really ecstatic about her promotion.
Exactly. Adding those intensity words makes a huge difference in clarity. It tells the listener whether it's a small feeling or a big one. For example, I was surprised is good, but I was utterly shocked is much stronger and conveys a totally different level of surprise.
It really does. And listeners, don't be afraid to try these out. Start with very or a little bit and then expand. Now, Maria, how about some more idiomatic expressions or phrasal verbs that English speakers often use to talk about feelings? These can sometimes be tricky for learners.
Oh, absolutely. English is full of them. A common one is to cheer up. If someone is sad, you might say, "Don't be sad, cheer up," or "The good news really cheered me up."
Oh, that's a classic. And its opposite, almost, is to calm down. If someone is angry or stressed, you tell them, "Just calm down, everything will be okay." Or "He needed a minute to calm down after the argument."
Another good one, especially for someone who's being too serious, is to lighten up. Like, "Come on, it was just a joke, lighten up." It means to relax and not be so intense.
That's a very natural phrase. And then we have to feel down or to feel up. "I'm feeling a bit down today" means "I'm a little sad." If you're feeling up, it means you're energetic and positive.
And when someone gets really angry very quickly, we might say they blow up. He just blew up when he heard the bad news. It suggests a sudden explosion of anger.
Exactly, it's a vivid image. And finally, to get over something. This is often used for emotions related to past events. "It took her a long time to get over the breakup" means it took a while for her to stop feeling sad about it.
These idioms really add a native touch to your English, but don't feel like you have to use all of them at once. Start by understanding them when you hear them, and then try to incorporate one or two that feel natural to you.
That's key advice, Maria. Don't force it. Now, let's talk about how to ask others about their feelings, which is just as important as expressing your own.
Yes, the simplest is, of course, "How are you feeling?" But you can also say, "What's wrong?" if you notice someone looks sad or upset, or simply, "Are you okay?"
And if you have a guess, you can check. "You look a bit tired, are you okay?" Or "You seem happy today, what's the good news?" This shows you're paying attention and you care.
It's all about empathy, isn't it? Being able to talk about emotions really deepens your conversations and relationships. Let's try a quick scenario. Miguel, imagine you just got some disappointing news about a project you were working on.
Okay, I'd probably say something like, "I'm feeling pretty disappointed, to be honest. I put a lot of effort into that project and it didn't work out." Or, "I'm a bit frustrated right now."
Good. And how would I respond to that? I might say, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's really tough. I know how much that project meant to you."
See how that makes the conversation much more human? Now, what if you just received really great news, Maria? Like you got accepted into your dream university.
Oh, that's easy. I'd be absolutely ecstatic. I'd probably shout, "I'm so incredibly excited and happy right now. I can't believe it. This is amazing."
And I'd say, "Wow, that's fantastic news. Congratulations. You must be over the moon." Over the moon is another idiom for extremely happy, by the way, listeners.
See? It's not just about knowing the words, it's about putting them into context and using them naturally. And speaking of context, it's also worth remembering that how we express emotions can sometimes vary culturally.
That's a very important point. Some cultures might be more direct, others more subtle, but in English-speaking contexts, especially in professional or close personal settings, being able to articulate your feelings clearly is generally valued. It helps prevent misunderstandings.
Yes, absolutely. The goal here isn't to change your personality, but to give you the tools to express it authentically in English. So for our A2 B1 listeners, the key takeaway is to start small.
Exactly. Start with "I feel happy, I feel sad." Then try to add very or a little bit. As you get more comfortable, explore words like pleased, frustrated, anxious. Listen for these words in movies, songs, and conversations.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how we learn. The more you practice, the more natural it will become. Try to describe how you feel right now, using some of the words we discussed today.
Yes, a great exercise. So, for example, "I'm feeling really content after this conversation, and quite pleased with all the great advice we've shared."
And "I'm feeling truly enthusiastic about the progress our listeners will make. It's so rewarding to help people unloose their English potential, especially when it comes to something as human as emotions."
Couldn't agree more, Maria. So everyone, take these phrases, practice them, and express yourselves freely. Thank you so much for joining us on English Unloose today.
Yes, thank you. Keep practicing, keep talking, and we'll catch you next time for more tips to unloose your English. Bye for now.
See you.
you.